Now that I got my ball bouncing in one position, I want to actually move the ball forward so it bounces moving forward. So one of the things that since I already got my ball bouncing, one of the things I can do is basically add a keyframe. Now this is going to be all in translation Z because it's going to be moving this way. So I'm going to set a key, the very first key, and it's already got a key here for the last one. So I'm just going to delete all the keys in between. And depending on which way I want the ball to go, I'm going to move this accordingly. So I think I want the ball to bounce, let's say, let's go this way. So in my curve editor, I just basically move that one key on my Z translate up to have it move this way. So basically, I don't know if I explained this, but your timeline down here is represented down here on your curve editor. And then the actual value of space of either how fast it's going or how much it's moving is represented on your up and down on this side right here. So right now, the time from 0 to frame 52 is that's the actual time that this is moving, or it's 52. It's 51 right here to move it 52, and then it's moving about 11 so-called units in distance, which is represented right here. And you can also change your values up in these little channel boxes up here. So in order to move keys in your graph editor, say if you just want to move it freely, you just middle mouse and just move as you will. But if you want to move it just on the say left to right, you hold shift, middle mouse click, and it'll go left to right. And if you want to go up and down, you hold shift, middle mouse, and then start dragging up and down. Alright, so now we got that sort of out of the way. So now I want my ball to bounce sort of forward. And all I did was simply move this curve editor. So there's several things. I want the ball to feel like it's been thrown, like somebody threw it. So I want to change, so this means it's going to get to my time. So at frame 12, it's going to get up to 10 a little bit faster and then slow down to a crawl. And this is something good just to sort of play around with and sort of get a feel of what you like and what you think you won't like. But doing this allows you to sort of visualize how your ball is going to be bouncing, and it gives you a little bit more control as far as workflow goes when you're making your animation. But I want to have mine slow down just a little bit so it goes over a little bit of time and just sort of bounces to where it needs to go. So the next thing I want to do is I want to introduce rotation. Now, rotation is something, it's a little tricky in some cases. So rotation, let's grab my controller. Now I want to rotate on the X, which is the rotate X right here. And you can see what it does. If I click this, press F, that's my rotation. And then you can do somewhat the same thing you did with the translation. Sort of scale it up in the direction you want it to rotate. But obviously, it's going to have to go a lot further to actually show that it's going to rotate. And this is just a real simple way to get simple rotation in the ball without overcomplicating things. And this right here is how you make a simple ball bounce with a little bit of rotation and some translation. So with the first video, the first demonstration that I had, where you just had the ball bounce up and down, you can generally start that way, and then you can sort of add everything else on layers on top of it. Instead of trying to do everything at once, you can take steps by steps, and this is just one easy way to make that happen. So the first step in part 1 was just the up and down on the Y translation. Then your second step would be the translation, which would be on Z. And then your third step would be adding in the rotation. And on the translation and rotation, you can get away with just using 2 keys and altering your curve editor to rotate. All right.